Would you rather be in a city with a live volcano going off or a city with hundreds of gigantic arachnids?
Oof. So like Mount Vesuvius style versus that...
Like eight-legged freaks.
Yeah, eight-legged freaks. Do I have to stay in the city? Can I like leave?
You can try to leave. You might get, blocked off by like lava or crumbling earth or, attacked by a giant spider.
I feel like I have an easier chance of the volcano getting out. I feel like I could like try to get away in one direction. It couldn't like chase me on purpose and seek me out, right?
Unless we were to mix them together.
How would you mix giant spiders and like a volcano together?
All right, guys, here we are to talk about Lavalantula. 2015's Lavalantula. Had you seen it before this, Lee?
I was not aware of his existence whatsoever.
Are you saying you don't follow the career of Steve Guttenberg through every film he does?
No, and I should, honestly. And like, I didn't recognize him in this. I haven't seen Steve Guttenberg, I think, in like 20 years.
Really? What was the last thing you think you saw him in?
I don't know.
Would have been Police Academy, you think?
Well, Police Academy, Short Circuit. He's also in a little film that I love called Home for the Holidays.
I like The Haunted Mansion. It might be one of my favorite.
Okay.
Favorite.
He was around. He was in a bunch of things, right, here and there.
Yeah.
And that stuff. He was doing his thing.
But he did like what, 7 Police Academies?
Well, yeah, exactly.
That's enough, honestly.
Where he's your main man and all that. Yeah.
I like him, and here he's getting a chance to play that action hero, both on and on screen, if you know what I mean, because he plays an actor.
I'm in a film within a film.
Yeah.
My name's Steve Guttenberg. He's crazy. He's gone crazy. The lava's made him crazy.
Tracy, who is your doctor?
Dr. Spaceman! Dr. Spaceman!
Oh, brother, look around. We gotta find his medication.
Yes. So in the vein of their Sharknado franchises here, we have Lavalantula. We have giant subterranean tarantulas that breathe fire and have like the blood of magma.
Magma spiders, if you will. Yeah.
So what are your non-spoilers?
I hate this movie. Oh my God. This movie's horrible.
Oh, I think it has some of the best one-liners a B-movie can have.
Perfect.
I will go into that in spoilers. I think the plot doesn't make sense. It suffers from all the things that you would expect a B-movie to suffer from, like, plot inconsistencies and bullshit like that. But I do think it lives up to its title, and it got you by having a ludicrous title. So Lavalantula is a dumb name that is fantastic, and I think all you need is a dumb, fantastic name. And it was all those dumb, fantastic things inside it.
I agree the name is dumb. I agree with that much. I get the parts that are supposed to be fun. I thought some parts were fun. There wasn't enough there. It's not that long, and it feels padded and like drawn out in like a weird way to me.
I will agree.
Okay,
it is padded with like
I didn't
cameos and what would you even call those? Like little throwaway sequence homages.
There's a lot to unpack here. Yes, but there's a lot going on. But also, I was like, how long is this movie? Oh, it's very short. Oh my God, I've only been here for an hour. I feel like I've been here for 3 days. It was kind of that vibe, and it sort of made me hate it. I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth going here, right?
I'll say I can't endorse it with a full thumbs up, and I can't obviously turn your thumb, but I do think it's worth watching just to be able to say I saw a movie called Lavalantula. Spoilers, there's a sequel. It is called To Lava, To Lantula. That might be the best sequel name there ever was.
So like, as much as I did not like it, based on that title alone, I want to see the sequel. So it's doing its job. It's effective, if nothing else.
All right, guys, so if you've seen it or don't care, falls over to spoilers, and if not, pull out now.
If you need a place to rent content, you better listen. We're Cannibal Video, and we eat the competition.
All right, so here we are for spoilers on Lavalantula. Lee, you told me in the non-spoilers that you hated it.
I did.
So give me some deep cuts here. What really did it for you?
I tried to be like, okay, like, spiders, fine. Spiders killing, CG spiders killing people, I'm okay with that. Them being lava spiders, you know what? Let's just go with that. It's all good. It's fine, right? People shooting the spiders and the CG spiders, right? CG spiders jumping on people and then bursting into flames, all that. Like that was the part that I was able to like get on with and do with or whatever.
Because you like there to be the twist, and the twist of them being giant spiders filled with lava is a twist for you, right?
As opposed to what?
Well, you hate if they were just regular sized spiders, you would have disliked it a lot more.
You mean like and like a certain
sci-fi twist,
a certain otherworldliness.
Yes.
When you say twist, I'm like, what do you mean, like a twist ending? What do you fucking know?
Oh, there's a twist ending.
So like, Yes, so like that part's fun and like fine, but I thought like literally everything else was like super bad. I hated the long diversions with the other side characters. I kind of hate Steve Guttenberg in this. He delivers everything in this like horrible.
Those pecs.
Oh my God, we gotta go do this. Are you doing that? Let's do this. What's happening? Oh my God! Like his like delivery was awful.
I thought he wasn't
the whole
enough
time.
like that.
Yeah.
I thought
he
he
needed
should
to do
have
something.
He should have been more zany and wild. But they
Right.
played him. So the opening of this movie is inside of a movie being filmed, which you don't know off the jump.
Right.
And it's just this amazing thing where I'm like, oh man, so Steve Guttenberg is the badass of all badasses here. He's a Green Beret.
Exactly.
He's a CIA guy. He's like a merchant marine or
just
something.
saved me $1,500 on root canal.
You just saved me $1,500 in a root canal.
Yeah, he spits out a tooth.
Great.
And then like kills a bunch of people and throws like a ninja style smoke grenade that ends up breaking the
tries
set.
to do a ninja vanish thing, and then
Yeah.
it causes a big controversy or whatever.
But so from that start, you're like, what am I watching? What is the world where Steve Guttenberg is the top tier guy for an action movie? Because he's a comedy guy. He's not known for his action.
So he's gotten like a little swole. He's kind of built now.
He's certainly looking pretty
compared
jacked
to-
for his
yeah.
age.
What do you mean you looked it over? Did you put it on a coffee table and look at it, or did you read it?
I read most of it, Darren. Come on, we're done here.
Compared to how wiry he was as
Yeah.
like a star back, back in his prime or whatever, right? Again, I haven't kept track of him. It's possible he's still been doing a lot of stuff or whatever. Like I said, I didn't recognize him. At a certain point, I was like, do I know this person? Wait a minute. I'm like, holy shit, that's Steve Guttenberg? What the
Like
fuck?
credits, Steve Guttenberg.
Yeah.
Wonder when he's coming.
But like that's one of the hints of like the good whatever happening, right?
Okay.
Because he's not, like the badass action hero. He was hired as a favor. He's washed up. He's a has-been. He's practically a never was. He's like Robert Downey Jr. like 20 years later when they're gonna cast him and be like, I gotta get back to my or this is like the Birdman thing maybe, where it's like he used to be this action hero superstar and now he's trying to make a movie and be like a badass, and it's like ugh. And then he's leaving the set and he's like, turn around or else you're fired, like all that stuff, right? So that sets up the thing that like might happen in like a movie where he has to like redeem himself and do things or whatever, right? I just thought everything, all of the other stuff besides the spiders, I thought was so bad in this that I couldn't
Well,
get
you
to
mentioned
do
the
it,
redeeming yourself aspect of this, and they on the nose redeem him every chance they get, where
Yes.
anyone he ever encounters then says how he's the savior of the world.
Yeah.
And then at some point, all the people he came into contact with are all, with the news reporter, all saying their business.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay. And one of the kids is the one from the Big Green and the
Right.
Sandlot. He's like, you play ball like a girl guy.
Yeah, I just want to say that I wouldn't be standing here if it wasn't for Colton West. He's a real-life action hero.
People said I looked like him when I was a kid.
I could see it.
Probably because I did. But he's all grown up now, right? He's
Yeah.
like a super fan. He's in the when Steve Guttenberg hijacks a bus to
Yeah.
go. I gotta go take care of this.
Let me be honest with you. 9% of those people don't speak English.
Yeah.
And you look at the back, you're like, looks like most of them speak English.
What?
I don't know what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
No, that whole thing. So like, should we talk about Police Academy?
Sure.
Because I feel like that's relevant there. 'Cause
Okay.
A lot of the humor was not reminiscent of Police Academy. It was just humor from Police Academy, which it's been 100 years. Like that doesn't work anymore. Having like a Japanese tourist go, ah, da, 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 and like I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
What is-
bonsai.
yeah, bonsai. I'm like, what is happening here, right? And not because that offends me, it offends me because it's like cringe and hack or whatever, like bad to do. And I thought for a minute they were leaning into that, like, oh, we're gonna have Michael Winslow here and he's gonna go brr, 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 and like make noises and isn't that lame? And I'm like, no, the movie thinks that's awesome. Like the movie
Yes.
thinks this is great. Oh my god, we have all
The
these
setup
cameos.
in which they get
yeah.
those, he's making his trademark, googly noises.
He's
and
doing
stuff,
his thing.
Was so dumb.
Yeah.
Like in the beginning, and you think it's only gonna be the only one. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
if it was the only one, it'd be fine. He's like,
Like
oh
all
no,
the-
that goes, this goes, and I'm like,
like a
What?
little tip of the hat
Yes.
of like, I know who you are. And Steve Guttenberg was like, can I cast my friends in this stupid movie? And they were like, we don't care who's in it, Steve. Just do whatever you want. He
well,
was
no,
like,
no,
"Word."
they purposely were like, how many people are still alive that were in Police Academy? We got Guttenberg. All right, let's lean into this hard. I think the poster or the box even says like, with the cast of Police Academy.
Didn't have Bobcat, yo. I was waiting for Bobcat.
He has
Fuck that
standards
shit.
and
That's what I'm
requires
saying.
more money.
Exactly.
And then like,
Had they
like,
included
what's the guy's name?
Bobcat-
Mayberry, Mickberry,
Mahoney?
Tackleberry.
Oh.
He died.
Yeah.
I liked him. He probably would have done it.
Hightower is dead, I think. So.
I believe Hightower also died. He was so large.
Yeah. large breeds don't live as long.
it's very true.
It's a fact. Yeah.
What was he? A professional
RIP.
football player?
Something.
Yeah,
Right?
he was giant. Like too tall or something. I think that was him. maybe not. But no.
But so we are
they're
just
leaning a little bit into it,
we
but
are just
not
left
enough.
with Steve Guttenberg and Hooks and Michael Winslow. I don't know his character's name anymore.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever knew his name.
Yeah. The guy what makes the voices.
Yes. So when you finally do get him, like, oh, he's in the car. Oh, he's using a thing. He's making, like, you're like, why is he doing that? You didn't establish his character at all.
Yes.
Really, you didn't establish many characters at all.
Right.
But for some reason, the film crew of Los Angeles all has C4, which maybe you have some sort of an explosive as a like special effects house. But why do you have all those military guns? That are not explained at all. I'm like, okay, all right. There's a great cringe speech done by Mahoney here.
I think I take off freedom. He does the whole thing, to rile everybody up.
He uses words you're like, your character doesn't even talk like that. Why is that happening?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm chagrined to say that tonight might be our last production. But I beseech you, please think another way. Tonight is our opening night.
A lot of things are just for the joke.
So like a slow motion, but some like I don't know. A lot of those things I'm like I can't even tell if this is a joke at this point. Like you made a comment earlier like he doesn't he's not zany enough. And I'm like there's not enough here to like turn it into a joke. It should have been a joke when he puts on the iron because like when he's putting on the Red Rocket suit.
All right, Coke. Action.
Unbelievable.
I'm like, I don't know if he's going to be good at this or bad at this and if it's supposed to be a joke or not. I don't know yet.
And then he wasn't particularly good at it, but
both,
he did
he took
solve
care of
the
the business,
problem,
right.
And not in like the, he tripped and fell and Urkeled his way out of this.
Right.
Like he did do it. It's just, I'm old, I'm out of shape, I'm not used to flying my rocket. And I was like, okay, so the rocket is actually a rocket. There's a Rocketeer like mixed with Iron Man type of a suit that is just on display in the workshop here.
And Hook says like NASA made that suit. Things are different now.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck are we doing?
So he actually flew this suit in a movie, and not only is this movie still, he's like, oh, I can't believe you still have that on display. Like, it's fueled and ready to go. It's being, checked every 6 months to make sure it's still
it's
fine.
like lubricated and the pressure tubes are good and all that stuff. Yeah.
It's ludicrous, but they don't play
like
up that kind of stuff enough based on how other things are treated.
Nice mouth.
Then there's some bullshit where like he has weapons from his movies on the wall, and his wife is going through and using them because they're all legitimate weapons. Like the sword, you're like, okay, that might actually be a sword, and the way it is used, she like swings it into a Lavalantula and it like melts. So I'm like, well, a practical or fake sword, that would happen.
Any like piece of metal that you could hit a thing with is fine. Yes.
Then there's like nunchucks. There's ninja stars that are just ready to be plucked off the wall and used. She like smashes glass and takes like a...
It's a blunderbuss.
Yeah.
It's like an actual pirate gun. And she's just on it. She's like, we got this.
You mess with the wrong house.
It's very interesting.
I hated that because she demonstrates how like badass she is, and I'm like, okay, so we have Steve Guttenberg, we have his wife, we have his kid. They're all separated, and they're all coming into their own of being like badasses and all that stuff, and that's gonna do the thing like in a movie where you do something.
Yes.
But no, she just hides under a blanket and then becomes like not a badass anymore. Doesn't do anything, right? And then the son is just like, oh, thank God you saved me. And he's like, all right, see you later. And then he just leaves. Like, and it's not even like a story of being reunited like in, Independence Day or something where they just had to do whatever they had to do to like survive. The dude's like a field medic and she has like a bandolier of bullets and she's like, took you long enough.
What took you so long?
They're all like badass. I'm like, oh, this is great. We're gonna have this awesome thing where it's like, I guess it runs in the family, and cocks the shotgun. It's gonna be all. And I'm like, no, we didn't. We just they were home like, that's your dad. He's the man, I guess.
The weirdest thing to me
Maybe
was
he's
the
not
son's
such
arc.
a fuck up. Yeah.
The son's out there like with his BMX buddies, and there's some
Woo.
girl he likes, and like this was the only part I thought of the movie that I couldn't have seen coming. We were like, oh, all the friends die. That's interesting. Like, you wouldn't have thought that. They set up this love interest potentially that, like, his friend likes this girl. Oh, will he go for her even though the friend likes her? Oh, he did this thing. Oh, they all die.
Right.
okay. Then there's the weird, like, tropey bullshit thing. Help me! Something's got my leg! A lava spider is biting her leg.
Jordan, hold on! Come on! Come on! Something bit me! Go!
He pulls her free. She bike rides about a mile away, and then suddenly is like, "Oh, my leg! I can't possibly walk."
I was afraid you would say, "Well, biking is easier than walking or something." Yes, that's dumb. All that's dumb. All by itself. But if this is supposed to be Police Academy 11, I don't know how many they made, but it's supposed
7,
to,
I think,
okay.
or 9.
So this is Police Academy 11, perfect, right? But it's crazy now, and he was retired, and now he's whatever. Elseworld Police Academy movie, right, where they run into each other. Then Spider should have started, coming out of her flaming mouth, and the one kid, should have been like, "Do you still want that kiss?" LOL, and should have been like a joke, funny thing. Kids are dying. They're like screaming in pain. They're like, "Please help! I can't go on." It's like it's like played seriously for the most part, but not in like a it's so serious, but it's so not, and it's so funny way. It's just like kids are dying, right? That's like the whole point of it. It's amazing. Yeah.
So like, at first I was like, it's so my first this is crazy part. Was when he's like, "Oh, let me go find a med kit," and I was like, "Go find a med kit?" I'm like, "You're in an abandoned building," and they're like, "Oh no, this is a stage where we film things." I'm like, "Okay," and he's been there before. They may actually have a med kit. That's not crazy.
Okay.
But what's crazy is to start your whole arc of the movie is we have to kill the Lavalantula, and then all the rest of them die. It's a hive mind. But then unless the Lavalantula is the one that bit her on the leg, they can all produce babies. There's no, and if they can all produce babies based on a single bite, they're flaying and killing things constantly. So I'm like, well, what's the point?
They all just die, like in a movie when you blow up the computer core and all the droids just die.
But that's not even what happened.
And that could have been played for jokes too. Let's deconstruct the ending.
Okay.
They get a map from a scientist at a museum that explains the tubes and like where is the queen.
Did you love that it's a transparency map that then he goes, "Get me a map," and it's the same size as the map they happen to have at the effects place.
Oh, and he just like lays it over. Okay,
yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
I need a map of downtown.
All right. This is their nest.
Dude, motherfucking, whatever his guy, he says, "If this map is accurate," and it is. That's my favorite line in the whole movie. I'm like, what is happening? What's wrong with you people? Okay, but like, Steve Guttenberg's like, "We got the tubes, and here's the queen, and here's this, and here's that." They're gonna like fucking do a thing. I'm like, okay, so it's like Stranger Things, and there's tubes, and you gotta like do a thing or something like that. There's no like we have to like isolate the queen and then like hit her with the bombs, and no, they just put bombs in a bunch of holes. The queen comes out anyway, and he kills her without one of those nitrogen bombs, just a normal bomb.
Let's just talk about the nitrogen bombs for a minute. The nitrogen bombs are a nitrogen tank with a piece of C4 attached to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Blinking red light.
So, what am I actually to believe is going to happen here? So, they at one point say C4 will explode no matter what. And I think one of the big selling features of C4 is it does not do that.
Literally, it's only selling point.
And they are throwing these bombs, which they are planning to detonate at a later moment, directly into a lava tunnel.
Yep.
I believe, and I could be wrong, that those tanks would explode the moment they got into any heat like that, and they are far too small to do anything.
Well, the tank would
especially
explode, not
in competing with the bomb. If you're to detonate a C4 block that is like a full brick compared to one thing of liquid nitrogen, I have to imagine the fire from the explosion is neutralizing any effect you would have of the cold. And are we to believe you're fighting fire with fire here? Because they are lavalantulas. They come from the Earth's core, it seems, and you're exploding them. I think other than the concussive blast, like the actual explosive happening, the fire should be doing little to nothing. So that I thought was weird. And I couldn't get past that.
Listen, hey, this substance hurts them. We're going to strap a bomb to tanks of that substance and put it in the tubes. Did you see the map with the tubes?
I saw the map with the tubes. I thought they were going to just throw the tanks at the Lavalantula, and because she's so hot, they would just explode, and she would be like... and like
her leg would snap
and then they would like
off.
shatter her or
Great.
something
Exactly.
with the C4. Something like that would happen.
Literally that.
Something good.
We need as much of this stuff as we can get, and we got to get here. Points to the map. Let's go. Dun dun dun. Montage. Go. Right. That's what it was. Not this fucking driving around. Because you had to have him going. Oh, we're going through and all the ships at sea and fucking doing radio voice and all that shit. Driving around with a
and just the location of these spiders is always just out of convenience.
Yeah.
Like, they're on top of this 80-story building that I'm going to jump off of and rocketeer myself.
Damn it!
Yeah.
Why? Why are they up there?
Why?
I don't know, and that's the answer for a lot of things. Like, so why are you going that way?
Now
Why are you doing this?
But now we're looping back around. We're like, I'm okay with that if the point of this is to have fun. Like I think they had fun. I think Steve Guttenberg and his friends had a lot of fun, but like not enough of that fun translated away into like me as the audience member. Right? I was just like, come on, what are we doing?
There's a character, Ralph Garman. Do you know him from Kevin Smith Does a Podcast?
I know Ralph Garman. The character is Pirate Jack / Dave or whatever.
So I was like, wait a minute, is that him?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, that is him.
What
okay. And from the moment after they encounter him, he like loses his shotgun.
These earthquakes are getting on my nerves.
You find somewhere safe.
He's now like running without his shotgun. A moment later, he has the shotgun. Then in like the next scene, he melts the shotgun. Then he meets a scientist who explains to him what's happening, and the shotgun is not melted.
What should have taken over 1 million years almost happened overnight.
So if this is correct, this explains why these things are exploding all over the city.
Then the next scene, it's melted again.
It's coming this way.
Get back! Lavalantula!
I was gonna say,
And then he cuts it off, and it ends up the way it was when he was getting explained in the other room. So he does this thing where it's like, no shotgun, bend shotgun, fix shotgun, bend shotgun, broken shotgun.
I'm sure that there's continuity problems with the movie, but also he's just like, come on, Junior, and like his friend with the axe just like chops it off and it fixes, and now it's good again or whatever.
The Sobe kid takes a swing and bam.
Literally, in my head, I'm like, okay, he's gonna saw that off once he gets to this other location, wherever he's gonna go.
My thought was, it must have been when I first saw it. Saw it down because it's shown a scene earlier. Shot it down. I'm like, oh, they must have cut a scene where he fixes this, and then it was bent again. I'm like, oh, it's bent again.
I didn't notice that, but I think it's bad even if you don't notice the continuity issue. It's just that he melts the tip, but then an axe can just chop it off, and now it's usable fine again or whatever.
I would have been totally fine with the axe chop if they didn't have the continuity errors, because it's a joke of a movie. Like I can't be taking it seriously.
Sure.
But the moment that you do things that are wrong, my mind can't unsee things that I'm seeing. It's a giant curved barrel that's no longer curved. Yeah. It seems very obvious. And like that one, I'm like, you don't know what order this is being filmed in, shot in, whatever. But when you don't have a gun at all, I'm like, where did the gun go? You had it in the last scene, and then you're filming this scene.
So like sometimes in like real major movies, a character is supposed to be holding something, and their holster's empty, but they're not holding it because they use both hands to do something, and they're like, what happened there? Right? I can get over like that.
The Ocean's 11 one with the shrimp.
It's like a different dish.
Yeah,
right?
it's a huge bowl.
Thing. Yeah. But like those things people do miss, and it is fine, and I'm used to there being little certain like edits bother me sometimes where I'm like, her mouth is moving. This is just her talking from the other angle, but you're getting his reaction, like what is happening, and then it cuts back and they're totally shifted their position. Anyway, right? That's all good, but this speaks to like the lack of like quality and care that that was put into this.
Well, even from simple problems of like not explaining to the actor what they're looking at, because early on, so if you've never seen it before, you don't know that they breathe fire. But Guttenberg, when he comes to see his wife, is like, there's giant spiders and they breathe fire.
And I saw spiders the size of men raining on hoods and spitting fire out of their mouths. Fire out of their mouths.
And at that point, they haven't breathed fire yet. He never saw them breathe fire. And then I'm like, oh, I guess they breathe fire soon. And then in the next scene, they're breathing fire.
Breathing fire.
Yeah, he like drips a little magma out of his mouth, but there's no fire.
Well, hot stuff.
That's a big extrapolation.
and there's also a similar scene where the doctor, scientist man goes like, "Uh-oh, look outside," and then it like cuts to a shot where nothing is happening.
Yeah, and then it bursts out.
And then it comes out, and I'm like, "How did you know to look, Mr. Scientist Man?"
That is a very large arachnid.
That's as easy as just cutting him saying, "Wait, go look," to earlier,
to halfway through it emerging.
Like well, even if you want to show it like popping out because you paid for that CG, and that's your money shot. Show that first, then cut to him being like, "Dave, look," and then cut back and have a thing.
Yeah,
you can even it's kind of even stretching out that shot that you want to have in the right. So like things like that, right?
Well, it would be the same length. It would just be better.
Well, like mentally, because the audience would imagine the spider still coming out, right, and then cut back to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
would be like literally just better. Not even just, and like, yes, like you know, they used cameras, they used microphones. You can see and hear
visually,
everything.
everything's pretty
fine.
good.
The CG is like bad, but in like a charming way that
It's
I can get
passable
behind.
bad,
It's fine.
yeah.
They're trying to get in. Let's get out of here.
We gotta go. We gotta go.
I'm not gonna be like, how does a spider who's this big, and then in the next shot he's, because there's so many spiders too.
There's so many,
so
and
you
they're
could just
all
make an
varying
excuse.
sizes,
Yeah,
which I
exactly.
kind of like. That,
Right.
like, you know, oh, now you're fighting a small one, and it's a joke because like, oh, and then some of them are gigantic. We're like, is that the mama lantula? Oh no, it's just a giant lantula. Oh, okay.
Just a medium lantula.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So before I forget, there's a line, my favorite line in the movie is in like the almost very beginning is when he's walking out, the director sees like a girl on her phone, and he's like, who is that? I hope it's someone close to you because she just got you fired.
Yeah.
Here, smash that with something heavy.
Excuse me, I hope she's a good friend of yours because you just got her fired. Hit that with something heavy. If I see that near your face is in the unemployment office.
I'm like, that's a fantastic line. It's a great way to open the movie because I'm like, if it kept that pace, this movie would have been amazing.
Literally that. So like that conversation is like a microcosm of my feelings and like what happens, because then they walk out together and that producer is still shouting and being an idiot and he's still being an idiot. Then he like reuses some of his material about yeah, if you're calling from the unemployment office, or like,
I'm gonna see you tomorrow morning.
Not unless I'm down at the unemployment office, she won't. Okay? Bye, Colton.
he says the exact same thing again. I was like, oh no, because like I too was like, that's awesome, because he's being Jeremy Piven, being like, hey, I you know blah blah, your friend fucked it, and is like rolling with it and doing
smash
good
this
stuff.
with something heavy part. I was like, that is it's a beautiful cap to that fun line.
I loved, you know, hope you're close to her because you just got her fired and whatever. And she's like, what? Oh no. And but like the camera and the people walk by, so you just get to see that bitch be like, what the fuck, and like leave.
Yeah.
When did this become a bug movie?
It became a bug movie when the writer put his fingers on the keyboard. Excuse me, I hope she's a good friend of yours because you just got her fired.
It was a really good, well done joke, and then like literally that that scene devolves into like a bad. Steve Guttenberg's delivery is like criminal in this too. Did you like him in this? I thought he was just
I won't say that I liked anybody in this.
He had like one setting, no matter what was going on, like him yelling at his wife, "Get the dog, do this, get that." No, honey, you have to understand.
I love you, okay? I need you to pack everything that's important to us. I want you to take the dog, I want you to take your jewelry, and I want you to pack everything up, and you have to listen to me, and we have to leave here.
Is the exact same thing as he is later.
I thought that was the most, that was a Mahoney-ish of him.
Yeah.
Because he even like takes like a random like statuesque bullshit thing and puts it in the
the necessities.
Yeah. No, the movie itself, though, I think it has some things where it's topical. They're only saving the rich. Do you notice the evacuation is the military is going door to door inside your house, not even knocking, just coming right in to save the people in like the Malibu hills, but people that are on like I don't know what the main drag is of Hollywood there, but with people dressed up like bullshit. They don't even know there's a thing. Even the reporters are like, yeah, there's reports. We think it's a hoax for a new movie, maybe Spiders 3.8 or whatever.
I have to tell you, there is a growing feeling that these reports of spiders are actually part of a publicity stunt.
It's like a promotional deal or something?
I'm like, okay, so at what point is there a national evacuation of the rich, but the people on like the news don't even know a thing is happening? So do you say bad writing, or is it topical? Is it real? Would the rich get hell-evacked?
I like that a lot. Bad writing.
Yeah. No, of course it's bad writing.
I think it's an accident, but I do like how Ralph Garman is like, the what? And has no idea, because why would you? It parallels some modern things that do work that way. I want to comment quickly that any scene with a reporter in it is the worst, most amateurish dog shit in this movie.
On charges of aggravated assault and resisting arrest.
I guess that's one way to get yourself back in the public eye.
What trouble are you in now?
Moving on to sports.
We've filmed better reporter scenes than this. Is hilariously bad.
Now, this would be an unprecedented volcanic event that...
There were certain takes where I'm like, do another take. He screwed up a word. Like,
yeah,
what are you
there was
doing?
a flub.
Yeah, like what's happening there, right? And it's like, oh, live TV, and he's frazzled. I'm like, that is not what you're going for here. He's just right. God bless them all, but it was horrible, right?
How about the fact that he like takes over a tour bus? There's like that really weird like, oh yeah, we're gonna make a video. Face to the left.
Yeah, turn that way and look toward the trees, Joe.
And they're gonna sweep in and just drives the bus away. And then everyone on the bus is like, yay! We're being kidnapped! Yay!
Don't move until I say action.
Thank you very much.
we're being kidnapped by our hero. Because the guy
Yeah.
was like, it's Colton Weston, whatever. It's like it's he's the man, and they're like, oh, we love this
Colton
guy.
Weston does sound like a
Colt?
badass's name.
Is that real? I kind of made that
I
up.
believe that it's Colton something.
Colton West, maybe not Weston.
I don't know.
Michael Weston.
Michael Weston.
We did it. We got back.
there.
When he that joke, just him being like, go long, longer, and like keeping it right. That's
Yeah.
just them like trying to ad lib the scene and then leaving all the takes
I
in
think
or
that's
something.
that's something from
That's
the Big
so
Green.
dumb. What?
I think that's like a line like from the Big Green.
Sure.
Somebody's like, okay,
It's an
go-
old joke.
go
That's
deep.
what I mean.
Yeah,
It's
but
the
I mean
old-
a joke that he's done before.
Oh, jeez. Perfect. But that's
Which
what I'm
I
saying.
could get
Yeah.
though if you're gonna do a bunch of callbacks to things
Right.
you've done. I'm like, that's funny. That could be a thing.
it was part of a pattern,
Maybe
yeah.
if you're gonna like shout out that all the dudes from, or not all the dudes, but some dudes from Police Academy are in this. Maybe have them in it for like more than a few seconds and like do some stuff. Did you notice like when they were in their little lineup of film crew people that died kept having like bandanas on and stuff, and I was like, are they recycling the dead person? Is that like the same person?
Oh,
Because
God.
at one point, one
Maybe.
guy's like bandana on like his face and his head, and I'm like, you're totally trying to hide your identity because I think you are in this already.
Sunglasses and everything else.
Something. So we mentioned like this is some cameo things. This is by the same people that made Sharknado, and you have like Ian Ziering like wearing a chainsaw shirt, which I think is a Sharknado shirt.
Yeah.
Like oh no, I got shit to deal with or something, and he just like walks away.
Hey, spiders, buddy. He's like, I have shark problems right now, and leaves.
Yeah.
Hey, West! No! That's shotgun!
I know you're from. Look, you gotta get off the streets. There's giant spiders everywhere.
I'd love to help you, but I got shark problems right now.
I was like, why is the 90210 guy here? That was my interpretation.
That's because
of
you're a
those
boomer.
events. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Boomer as fuck. No, I'm a millennial.
That's a boomer reference.
Yeah.
Then there's like an Indiana Jones reference when like Planet Hollywood's or whatever thing like rolls off.
The
The guy.
CG.
There's a Spider-Man
Forward-going,
one at one point. There's a Spider-Man one where he gets like burned to the wall. There's a lot of little like cutaway bullshit things like that, just to again pad the time and then make it feel more like a disaster movie or some other spoof.
Yeah,
like
like
when I
it's
say
supposed to
disaster,
be-
like date movie, disaster
it's
movie,
supposed to be
bullshit spoof movie.
Like it's supposed to be a parody of
Yes.
like we knowingly made a movie that kind of lampshades and like acknowledges the tropes of this genre, right? I don't think that they hit that though. Would you
No,
agree?
they didn't
Okay.
hit it at
I was
all.
gonna say
No.
like. But I'm not even sure if that was their intention.
By the time
Was
they
it their
got to the
intention?
Rocketeer Iron Man spoofing,
Yes.
though, I was like on board again. I was like,
No.
all right, bro,
That's-
don't hold that helmet sideways. I can see that it's just foam.
Son, this suit, this helmet, it paid for our house. Paid for clothes you're wearing, your education. Paid for everything.
But good stuff.
That's my favorite part of the movie.
Yeah.
Is like him ending up putting on the suit that he wore back when he was a star, and that's recapturing his like heroicness and all that stuff.
Mhm.
And if there was more in the middle about like have him be shitty and then realize or something, or do
because he was trying to be a good dad the whole time. Like he wasn't
Yeah.
an asshole.
Well, he was being like a little, and like his son's like, I've heard it before, but we don't really get to see enough of that.
Yeah,
Where
and
he's
if it was all like
yeah.
this, every time he did have the proper intention, he was held at work for 4 extra hours. He was
Right.
gonna be there on time.
Yeah,
There's
So
a lot of
maybe
things
he's the
to
put
deal
upon.
with here.
Right, he kind of felt like we're supposed to root for you. You're like the put upon, downtrodden, like you are trying your best, but it's not coming together guy.
Yeah.
But he needed to be like the shitty, like whatever, like have him cheating on his wife in the beginning or something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
right?
His agent is
Yeah.
the guy from Seinfeld, and what else is that guy in?
Oh yeah, the little person.
Yes.
Yeah, he's amazing.
I like him.
Yeah.
He's not in it very much.
Don't you hang up on me. Don't. Mother!
I would have liked
yeah?
to have seen him die from the lot. Well,
Oh, he's not in this
very much.
I was
yeah.
like, I think he's in a lot of things. You
No,
bit
he's
bastard.
not in this much.
Exactly.
I would have liked to seen him die from a spider.
Yeah.
He's a fun guy. Get in there. But there's a little back and forth with him and his agent where he's like, I think it says something like, you got paid $10,000 for 1 day's work.
$10,000 for 1 day's work. And I had to beg to get it for you.
And I'm like, based on the shot we saw, he has to be the main character. Like, 1 day? Are they
worry.
filming this whole movie in 1 day? And then I'm like, is that a joke? Did they film this whole movie in 1 day? Like, because he does reference bugs and bullshit and this and that, and how
Yeah.
much you got this, and like
That's a layer.
there's
where
some
I'm
inside
like,
baseball
That's
stuff
an interesting where the movie in the movie could be seen as this movie's opinion of itself, right?
Yeah.
That could be interesting if we got more into the stuff, right?
Yeah,
If
I don't need you.
went
You're a
back there.
D-list idiot.
Yeah.
Roaches sell themselves. Spiders sell themselves.
Yeah, because he even goes back there, but at that point we've forgotten all about the movie we were making, except for the liquid nitrogen
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
You use this on them.
Yeah.
It worked. Son of a gun.
Do you have any more?
How much are we talking?
And what do you have in mind?
So what might be the best part of the movie for me, where I actually laughed out loud, aside from that phone bit earlier, is the newscaster is talking about Guttenberg's character, and she's like, blah, blah, who you may know from his famous catchphrase, nice anything, and you're like, what? And then it cuts to, he's like, nice boat, nice knife, nice bottle. He's just like...
nice tentacle was my favorite one.
Nice nose.
Nice tattoo. Nice tentacle.
And it's just him, literally, they were like, grab some shit, okay, tight shot, we're gonna film like 10 of these.
Yeah, we have some bad wigs, let's do this.
Yeah, we got some wigs, yeah, exactly.
I like that a lot. I would have liked them to show a shot of him as the Red Rocket in there. I think that would have been cool, because like you're homaging that as if that's his big break. That paid for this house. That did all this stuff.
He's a much younger man then, though, so it wouldn't have...
Well, he could have been anyone in the suit, yeah.
Full suit, yeah, exactly.
And then just his voice, a little distorted, nice rocket, or like, some bullshit.
Nice uranium depleted something.
Yeah. I like the suit obviously looks amateurish. It looks like the version that would be on Who Wants to Be a Superhero, also by the Sci-Fi Channel, so it makes sense. But I liked it. I thought it was cool.
Yes.
I thought it worked. I wouldn't mind if they made a sci-fi original, the Red Rocket movie. I'd be down. I don't think Steve could pull it off, but sure.
Only if
maybe
Steve
it's animated and it's his voice.
Okay.
Yeah. Compromise.
Again, I feel like that could have been the real core of this, is this guy learning how to be a hero and all that stuff. And then we just have this lava spider movie going on next to it and all that. Yeah. The lava spiders, for being lava spiders, are very susceptible to bullets and other things like that. They just shoot them and it's fine a lot of times. Like,
I would have loved any explanation. The scientists seem to have some insider info on them, and I'm like, how did you know any of that shit?
We've been tracking them for a few days. I have an old book. The Mayans called them Lavalantula. Like this fucking like, what the hell is happening?
Why did they how did they exist? What do they eat? Like, there's so many of them, and some of them are so large, and they're just, I'm like, are there other lava species in there? Are there lava flies that they eat? Like, what are we to believe?
Is there a circle of lava life going on here?
Doesn't that postulate, like, that has to be what it is?
That is never addressed, though.
Of course not.
Sci-fi movies have giant animals where it's like, how are you getting enough food down there? Like, what's happening or whatever?
It wasn't even a hibernation thing, because, I'm like, that's seemingly where they live.
That's what we needed, right? Is the heat and the pressure, and maybe, like, the fracking has, unleash them or something.
There are ways to do this properly. I'm not going to ask a lot of questions about lavalantulas, but I would like anything to be addressed.
And to like fit more in with the tropes, because all these movies have that. Oh, they're mining, and they told him to stop mining, but the guy was like, money, and he kept mining. Yeah. And now there's, I don't know, squids or some crazy, I don't know, beaver squids are attacking everybody, right? Yeah. We don't do that here, though.
No.
This is a very light touch, I feel like, and does not justify my time. Because it's not quite
good short,
enough.
so that my time, I'll say, is worth less. And I do think it was worth watching.
Okay.
I like Guttenberg.
You like these movies, these types of movies more,
this
right?
one didn't really hit it for me.
Okay.
It had little drips and drops of brilliance in something that was very underwhelming. Yeah. I do think for the few scenes, is it worth all the time? Maybe if you're like also playing Candy Crush or something. Like
if you need a multitask movie and you enjoy sci-fi stuff and you missed Lavalantula in 2015, perhaps it is time to go back, watch it.
That's the thought. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Let us know in the comments what you thought about it. Don't die in a fire, and we'll see you next time.
If you want to support the show, head over to cannibalvideo.com, pick up some merch.
And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button.
That's all right.
Yeah, that's something.
Whatever.
Fuck these motherfuckers.
We gotta get you out of here. We're evacuating the whole neighborhood.
Lead the way.
Cannibal.